We are back at it again here with another video with Invest for Tomorrow. To the first time viewers and investors, welcome to the channel. To all subscribers, welcome back. Here we are with the SPY, the S&P 500 index, continuing to fight to get back up towards the 440s, and it broke through it today, fighting to find a support. And in today's volatility, our SPY buy sent out a bear indicator at 7:45 a.m. and from that moment forward, outflows crossed the midpoint to the downside. Pure weakness there on 42 vision, and put options went up 400% plus within an hour, guys. And as you see there popping up within the screen, within the options chain, some options even went higher than that. If you guys want to receive this clarity and edge of the charts, you can now gain access to it as well. The link is down below in the description to the 42 vision indicators, getting connected over to our bots and becoming part of a growing community of investors, all looking to learn and grow together. So here we are with the SPY, the S&P 500 index, fighting to find support. We're going to talk about the key levels I would watch going into tomorrow, what's going on here with the inflow versus outflow, and bull and bear indicators. But before we do, I want to share with you guys a home run opportunity that was mentioned this morning over at the Discord. So the home run today was spectacular and beyond expectations. And if you guys want to know about these stocks early on and receive this clarity and edge of the charts, you can now gain access to it as well. The link is down below in the description to the 42 vision indicators, getting connected over to our bots and becoming part of a growing community of investors, all looking to learn and grow together. So the home run today was from our Netflix spot. Our Netflix spot sent out a bear indicator at 8:30 a.m. and from that moment forward, outflows crossed the midpoint to the downside. Pure weakness there on 42 vision, and put options went up 200% plus within an hour, guys. And as you see, they're popping up within the screen, within the options chain. Some options even went higher than that. If you guys want to receive this clarity and edge of the charts, you can now gain access to it as well. The link is down below in the description to the 42 vision indicators, getting connected over to our bots. We look forward to having you join us, and we strive for opportunities like these every single day. Let's jump into these charts. So here we are with the SPY, the S&P 500 index, doing a full transition here from the rip area yesterday's highs to the dip area today of white with red borders on 42 vision. And if this is your first time coming across the channel, this is 42 vision, which allows us to see the dips from the rips to the dips, and where the strength and weakness lies within the charts. And we also use our bull and bear indicators and inflow versus outflow as an extra layer of confirmation, which I'm going to pull up here and you can now gain access to as well. The link is down below in the description to the 42 vision indicator, getting connected over to our bots and becoming part of a growing community of investors, all looking to learn and grow together by receiving this clarity and edge over the charts and using these resources to maximize in either direction, whether stocks are going up or going down. And in today's video, I'm going to pull up the inflow versus outflow indicator, which adds that extra layer of confirmation and gives us that edge within the volatility. So here we are with the SPY, the S&P 500 index, under a bear indicator in the first half of the day up here at around the 442, 443 area. It rejected off of it, but now it's been canceled by a bull indicator here at around the 438.89 area. Now, what's interesting is inflows brought themselves back up, and they've crossed the midpoint yesterday. In the volatility, there was a bear indicator in the first half of the day. In the second half, a bull indicator, but inflows were above and red. I talked about I was going to watch very carefully if it crossed over it to the downside. It did, and at the opening, it was at negative 1.94, and it went all the way down to negative 5.28. Some of the highest outflows that we've seen in the last several days and weeks, right? You could see it here in the history of the chart. These outflows were pretty dominant from the last several days and weeks. It's the furthest we've seen it go down. Now, inflows are back above, and this is going to be crucial and critical to justify any further strength of this bull indicator here at the 438 area and this possible staircase effect that is starting to form. So I'm going to break down the key levels I would watch. But the first thing I will pay close attention to here very carefully, and I would not ignore, is that the inflows are back above here on the 30-minute, and they're right there at the midpoint. In any moment, it could cross back down or continue that strength and push up even higher, possibly reflecting that strength into these charts. So what is the first thing I'll look at? The first thing is these inflow versus outflows on the 30-minute, this bull indicator here and the staircase effect. But when we zoom out and look at this from the 1 hour, we could also see outflows crossed over in the pre-market. Bear indicator at 442.50 area, found support down here at 437, and inflows are trying to come back up. It's going to be crucial and critical for it to stay green and cross the midpoint to the upside to further reflect any further strength here into these charts, and again continue that staircase effect here that we see going on, and eventually cancel out this bear indicator with a possible bull indicator. I'll be watching that very carefully going into tomorrow, and these inflows are getting really close to the midpoint here and green. So at negative 1.15, it has pushed itself up significantly from down here at negative 0.50, right? So something to not ignore there in the outflows on the 1 hour as well. And again, some of the highest outflows that we've seen in the last several days and weeks. Not even back here when things hit lows here of 432 and bounced back up. Got that bull indicator at 433 and it lasted all the way up to 443, and inflows were dominating. This is the most outflows that we've seen, and the inflows are trying to come back up pretty quickly. Now, if we zoom into the 15-minute, we could see within the volatility how fast things came back up. They crossed over, but right now they are red, guys. Inflows are above, bull indicator at 438.28 to be exact, but this is going to be critical and crucial in the volatility going into tomorrow's pre-market and tomorrow's volatility. If these outflows cross over, it could quickly start to reflect that possible weakness into these charts. But if it could switch itself back up from red to green and push up higher above the highs of the inflows of the day here of 0.91, it could possibly start to reflect that strength pretty quickly into these charts, especially with this bull indicator holding true and continuing the transitions here on 42 vision. It hit highs up here of dark green bars, and the last piece missing, as you see here in this example, to complete the transition is bright green bars. That's the last piece that was not hit, and that's something to not ignore here in the volatility as well. Now, what are the key levels I would watch? Well, the first thing is support, guys, and that's going to be 437.50. If that gets broken through, the next support I'll be watching is 435. And if these outflows continue to the downside, significantly bringing down the 15-minute with it as well and canceling out this bull indicator with a possible bear indicator, the next support below 435 that I'll be watching is the 433.50 area, guys. That's going to be crucial and critical based off the history of the chart, and we've mentioned that in previous videos, how it's acted as support or resistance when we've been below it. Now, to the upside, it's going to be crucial and critical for this staircase effect to continue to hold strong, and that these inflows pick up to the upside, and on the 15-minute to go ahead and switch from red to green, continue pushing up, and on the 1 hour, go ahead and cross over, guys. Stay green and cross the midpoint to the upside, eventually cancel out this bear indicator with a possible bull indicator, and hold true the strength on the 30-minute and 15-minute. And the first resistance is the 441.50 area, where things rejected pretty quickly here in today's pre-market, and those outflows started to pull downwards significantly. And above that comes where the bear indicator popped up at 443. That's not that far off the recent highs of 444. And then above that, I'll be watching very carefully the 445 area. As always, guys, these are the key levels I'll be watching to the upside and to the downside. The bull and bear indicators are going to be crucial, but the inflow versus outflow, I would not ignore it, and I'm going to be watching it very closely going into tomorrow. As always, guys, thank you guys so much for watching, and let's make some money.